Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13, episode 18, which is the reunion part 1. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Now, peeps, I could have heard wrong, but there was a commercial, and I swear it says, watch all 3 parts of this reunion on Peacock. And I was asking myself, did they really say 3 parts? Because I just don't feel that there was anything seriously that exciting this season that requires us to have 3 parts. I really don't. I feel as if part 1 handled quite a few of the little issues that popped up this season, but I do not believe that we require 3 parts. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, you already know all the stuff that has been going on around Bravo regarding Andy. Leah McSweeney came out and said that she's suing Bravo and Andy, stating that they were pressuring her to drink or that Andy offered her the coca. And, listen, I am not invested, but I'll say this. I think that all of these reality shows push alcohol. I really do. I think that they make sure that there's alcohol around. I think that when it's time for them to film their confessionals, they make sure that there's plenty of wine or other drinks available. However, I think that as a grown person, as an adult, it is your responsibility to take care of your sobriety. That is your own choice. When you come into these reality shows, when you come into these situations, there's alcohol around, you have to make the decisions that you are not going to drink. You are not going to partake. If you don't label yourself as an alcoholic, but you know that you can get a little out of hand or you can be fly at the mouth when you've had too much to drink, you have to know when to say, I've had enough. That is your responsibility. Now, him offering her the C, listen, I think that there are a lot of things that Bravo Andy may do that I would definitely not do. I think that there are sometimes things that he does that crosses the line from being a boss and then being a friend. However, I don't know if any of it is true. All of it is alleged because I don't know these people and I have not been in these situations. But in my opinion, I believe her about the coca because she's not the only one that has said that. Kathy Griffin came out and said that she was offered the coca from Andy. There's been other housewives who've said that they've had that same experience, but there's also a whole bunch of current housewives who say that that has never happened. Then we have the Brandi Glanville lawsuit against Bravo and Andy with her and him and the FaceTime call and all of that stuff. I cannot remember which publication, but some publication got a hold of the FaceTime call and they released who the reality star was that they were hiding, that he allegedly wanted Brandi to watch him have the sex with over the FaceTime. It was Kate Chastain from Below Deck, I believe. I think she's also the same Kate that's on The Traitors, which I absolutely love The Traitors. I love her on The Traitors. However, Phaedra is going down. Her and Cirie from the first season, Phaedra from the second season, those 2 ladies, hands down, best thing that ever happened to The Traitors TV show. Anyway, they're saying that Andy called, FaceTime with her, wanting to know if she wanted to watch him and Kate Chastain have the sex. Allegedly, and also allegedly, both Andy was drunk, Kate was drunk, and Brandi seemed to be down with it. Listen, Andy has come out and apologized on Twitter. That behavior is absolutely a no-go. When you are someone's boss, you are really crossing the line with that. Now, I do realize we're talking about Brandi Glanville here, and I'm pretty sure that he was just joking. I'm pretty sure Kate was also just joking, but you cannot do that when you are the head of a company, a head of a network, when you're an executive producer, a creator, all of that, that is all a no-go. So I do think there will be some repercussions that come from this, but I don't think Andy is going anywhere. Bravo seems to absolutely adore Andy and allow Andy to get away with all kinds of things. Will this interfere with him hosting New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper at CNN? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know, you guys. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. All right, so the show starts off and you see Dorit come out and sit down. She's the last one to arrive. I saw Crystal on the Jeff Lewis Radio Andy show, and she said that they had to wait 2 hours for Dorit to get ready. She was getting dressed and taking pictures, posting videos, while the rest of the girls had to sit in their trailers for an additional 2 hours waiting for Dorit. They were supposed to be out there on the stage ready to go. They were all ready. Dorit was not. Crystal said that they were all pissed, including Andy, and that's why Andy said the comments, "Glad I got here at 8:30, because Dorit was 2 hours late, and when she came out there, she didn't even apologize." And I think that sucks. It says that she is a selfish person, in my opinion. You do not care about other people's time or other people's money. And they always say, which I'm going by what I hear because I have never been on anybody's set, but I hear that time is really honestly money. These people are scheduled to start filming at a certain time, and you traipse your butt out here 2 hours late and don't even have the decency to apologize. I think that was ridiculous. And then you did all of that for that little curly cue down in the front. That just pissed me off. I'm going to move on. So when the show actually starts off, you see Sutton getting out of the car. She's got that little puppy. I thought that puppy was gorgeous. I would love to have that puppy. Then you see Dorit talking to Erica in the trailers, and she was talking about that text message that Kyle had sent her the night before the reunion, and we talked about that a little bit on my last video. I still feel the exact same. I thought that that was manipulative and gaslighting. You haven't spoken to this woman in 2 months, and then all of a sudden the night before the reunion you want to send her a text message to try to appease her, to calm her down. You don't want to talk about certain things. You don't want to bring it out there. Absolutely not. Kyle is disrespectful in so many ways. Kyle to me is a very selfish person. She cares about herself and herself only, and she doesn't feel that she has to abide by any of the other rules that the housewives have to. Now, Andy wanted to inform all of us of what Anne Marie's real name. I don't know. Did he say Anna Marie? Anne Marie? I don't know, and I don't give a damn. Hello and goodbye. So since the reunion part 1 filmed, she has been going on a social media tour. She is the victim now. She is the victim now. People are lying on her. People don't respect nurses. They don't respect her profession. That's all bullshit in my opinion. First of all, people respect nurses because nurses are the heart. Nurses are the backbone of medical care. Everyone cares about nurses. We would never downplay nurses or any other medical profession. She is just full of shit, and she is a liar, in my opinion. Erica's feeling great this reunion because she says that, this is the first time in several years that she is not in the hot seat. But I would say, whoa, 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 whoa. Have any of you heard about this new legal issue that she's having? Well, Ron Richards wanted us to know. Ron Richards is always standing on her neck. Okay, so it seems that there is a federal case that has been slapped against Erica for allegations. They are saying reality TV star and singer Erica Jane Girardi has lost her bid to strike a lawsuit accusing her and her estranged husband, indicted California attorney Tom Girardi, of bribing a former U.S. Secret Service official to pursue false charges of credit card fraud against a Hollywood costume designer. This is crazy as hell to me. They were accusing this man of charging anywhere from $800,000 to $900,000 to their American Express cards for costumes this man designed for Erica in 2014. This is crazy as hell to me that they thought that they would get away with this. This is all alleged. I don't know if this is true or not, but come on. Who the hell thinks that they're going to get away with bribing a U.S. Secret Service official and that it will not come out? Everything that is done in the dark comes to light. Erica and Tom, damn, doesn't this make you think that she knew about everything else after this? This is crazy as hell. And that this man's company was completely destroyed by this. Honey, listen, I am not surprised. And if she is found guilty, again, I am not surprised. What is done in the dark always comes to light. You guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think. So Kyle at some point in the reunion says that she's upset with Dorit and the rest of the girls pretty much for questioning her marriage. And I said to myself, girl, if you don't move along, please move along. I don't understand this. You are on a reality show. You have been on this reality show for 13 seasons. You have been pretending as if your marriage is so happy and so put together. However, you have made it your business to know about everybody else's marriage, everybody else's secrets, everything. You are angry at Dorit for bringing it up on camera. Like you haven't brought up other people's business on camera. You were all over Camille when her and Kelsey were breaking up. You wanted to know everything about that marriage. You wanted to know a little bit about Erica and Tom's situation. You wanted to know what was going on with Sutton and her husband's divorce. You were interested in everybody else's business, but you don't want them to ask you about your situation on camera. And at the same time, you are traipsing around town with a lesbian country singer who wears ripped jeans and baseball caps. And then all of a sudden, here you are with ripped jeans, baseball caps. She's covered in tattoos. So are you now. Okay, you're in a music video with her or something, and you are her love interest in the video. Y'all are hugged up and kissing. Every time paparazzi catch you, you're out in the street holding hands. She's cuffing your butt on the red carpet. You don't want people to ask you questions, and especially not on camera. Please move along, ma'am. You should not get any more special treatment than anybody else. Everybody else has to talk about their situation. Where was your grace for Lisa Vanderpump when her brother died? Where was your grace for Yolanda when she was going through her Lyme disease? Where was your grace for Sutton when Erica was ripping her to shreds? Get the hell out of here with that. I'm so sick of that woman. I'm tired. Kyle does double down on her friendship with Dorit. She said that her and Dorit rarely hang out outside of filming. She says, name them, pretty much. She ain't say name them. But she said, how many times have we hung out, just the two of us, and we're not filming? Dorit comes through with but PK and Mauricio are best friends. I would like to say, what the hell does that got to do with y'all? You know, there's a lot of people who have husbands, and their husbands are friends with somebody that they know, their acquaintance. But that doesn't mean that, you and I are best friends because your husband and my husband like to hang out. I'm team Kyle with this one. I do appreciate that Dorit did call her out to her face about that manipulative text message. She tried to act as if she wasn't trying to be manipulative, but girl, you were. You absolutely were. So they do a whole montage of Garcelle with her boys this season, and Garcelle says that her ex-husband never did sit down and have a conversation with the boys regarding his cheating and, blowing up their family. And I thought if I was married and in that same situation, I would have definitely preferred if my husband and I both sat down and had that conversation with our children. I wouldn't want them to learn from the internet or learn from a friend or, something like that. The fact that these boys are now almost ready to go off to college, and she reveals that her ex-husband has still not sat down with those boys and explained how he behaved and how he blew up their family, is crazy to me. I think that was terrible because he pretty much left her holding the bag. She had to be the one to explain this, and I think that sucks. They also brought up how Garcelle was very up front with the ladies and mentioned that she didn't feel comfortable speaking on her children with the rest of the girls. Dorit is victim again, and she says that it just hurt her so much. They're all mothers, and it really hurt her that she doesn't trust them enough to talk to them about her children, and especially if they're friends. And I said to myself, girl, you are not friends. You are co-workers for sure. I don't even think that they should be called anything other than co-workers when it comes to Dorit and Garcelle, to be honest. I agree with Crystal. Crystal said, well, if you were hurt by that, you should have said that. Just say that. And Garcelle says, well, if you're hurt by that, I was hurt by you sitting up and laughing at my child who got cussed at. So we're even. And that is all facts. All facts, all true. You're even. Move along, girl. Work the room. It's nothing for you to do here. This relationship, in my opinion, is done. Then they talked about the word attack. Garcelle explains to her, listen, you know what a real attack is. You were robbed. You had a home invasion at your house. The people had guns on you. Your children were in the next room. That is being attacked. You and I had a conversation, and you should know the difference. Then you have Anne-Marie. I swear it seemed as if Anne-Marie and Dorit had a pact going into this reunion. I have no idea, but Anne-Marie involves herself. And I sat there and stared at the screen. I said to myself, Miss 8.5, completely shut the hell up. You have no business in this conversation. Talking about, well, you were sitting right there when Sutton told me to stop yelling at her. Yes, she was sitting right there. Sutton said, stop yelling at her. You were yelling at her. And then you turned around and you looked at Sutton and you said, I'm sorry if I'm yelling. So what? Now all of a sudden you want to backtrack? You want to change history and say that you weren't yelling? You were yelling and you apologized for yelling. Also, you are a grown-ass woman. It's not Garcelle's job to stand up for you. Absolutely not. Pipe down and mind your damn business. This is not about you, Anne-Marie. I mean, seriously, why are you in this conversation? It was ridiculous. I don't know where Anne-Marie was trying to take this, but girl, get on somewhere. Keep moving along. Dorit goes back to trying to defend her actions again. And I said, wait a minute. Dorit, are you really doing this again? I thought that when you were in Spain, that was a sincere apology. But clearly it wasn't, because here you are defending your actions again. If you really meant that apology in Spain, you should have said, I totally get it. Garcelle and I had a conversation about it in Spain, and I am truly sorry. She knows that I'm sorry, and going forward, I am definitely going to, choose my words wisely or something. But no, she wanted to double down. They brought up the whole bubble situation, and even Andy had the weirdest look on his face, like, Dorit, girl, you have lost. You've lost this one. She's trying to say that when she put that up there, she wasn't trying to be rude or anything. She wasn't trying to make a comeback or a statement or anything. She was just saying, that she's living in her happy bubble with her family. I appreciate Crystal with the assist. Crystal said you didn't just post it once, you posted twice. It came off as you were absolutely trying to get a dig in at Garcelle. Do not sit here looking these people in the face trying to lie. Andy tells her it came off as you were absolutely trying to throw in a dig at Garcelle, and that's exactly what she was doing. This whole time she's sitting there acting as if she's the victim of all of this. She doesn't understand. The thing is, Dorit, seriously, you claim to be this worldly woman who is so educated, who has traveled the world, but you don't realize that people have different experiences in life. You don't realize that other people have different cultural experiences. Not everyone is privileged like you. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand it. It's crazy that she acts like this publicly. And it makes me wonder, how does she act in private when there are no microphones and cameras? I guess at some point Crystal made some sort of post out on social media, and she said something about Dorit hasn't seen a real body part in years. And Dorit says, what on me besides my boobs are fake? And Crystal has this sly smile on her face, and she said, I was just joking. I would have told her, besides your fake boobs, your whole personality is fake as hell. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm being rude. So Andy asked Kyle, would she date a woman? And she says, well, over the last year, my opinion has changed. I would date a woman. Sutton says, well, we wouldn't judge you. And you know what? The thing is I don't think they would judge Kyle about dating a woman, but they would definitely make comments. I mean, they judge the woman about not wanting to drink and working out, which I think is really weird. You know what I mean? And I've said that in previous videos. This woman doesn't want to drink and she's working out. I don't see the problem. People should be able to grow and change, and people should be able to stop drinking and work out. Anyway, we do get to a segment where we find out that Anne-Marie's mom has passed away, and I'm so sorry. You can tell that she is still in the throes of this grief, and this is probably the most grief she's ever felt in her entire life, and my heart goes out to her for that. She goes back to that whole downplaying her profession. She doesn't want to yell. She doesn't want to argue with Crystal because she knows she can't. She says that she's not saying that she's a doctor, but I think she's absolutely lying. I agree with Crystal 100% when she says that Anne-Marie told her that she was a doctor before she realized that Crystal's sister is an actual anesthesiologist at Cedars. Once she found that out, then all of a sudden she admitted she was a nurse anesthetist or whatever that is. I still can't see that. Anesthetician, I don't know. Anyway, she's a nurse who can also administer anesthesia. Anyway, she went on a podcast and pretty much said that she's a doctor.
There was a lot of disrespect of nurses happening. My profession was constantly being diminished.
Versus, like, you're not a doctor.
Right. And let's talk about that, too.
Yeah.
Because nurse anesthesiologists are doctors. I have a master's degree because that's what my requirement was of my program when I graduated 11 years ago. But 10% of CRNAs are doctors. They are doctorate trained. And as of next year, every single CRNA that graduates has a doctorate degree. So we are doctors.
So, Crystal is not lying. I think Anne-Marie is an absolute liar. There's no way in hell that Crystal walked up to her and introduced herself as Crystal, I'm a housewife. Absolutely not. Crystal is a educated woman. She is a wife. She is a mother. She is a boss. And there's no way in hell that you can convince me that this woman is walking up to anybody saying, hi, I'm Crystal Minkoff, a housewife. No, ma'am. Now, honey, listen, when she got off that podcast saying that she was a doctor or whatever, Crystal got in the comments and she said, I went to the zoo yesterday and now I'm a koala bear. That is hilarious. Crystal is in these streets not playing any games, okay? She is not here for the crap. And I'm Team Crystal on that for sure. So they also talked to her a little bit about her esophagus situation with Sutton. And she does give a sincere apology. But I think the only reason why she gave that sincere apology is because she took a serious ass whooping on the internet from fans of the show, from nurses, from doctors, from the anesthesiology community, and she knew she was dead ass wrong. You are not supposed to badger somebody like that about a medical diagnosis. That is not your business. You were doing too damn much. She owed Sutton that apology, and I'm glad she gave it. She also tells Sutton, Crystal did not say you had an eating disorder. I did not say you had an eating disorder. Nobody said you had an eating disorder. That is an absolute 100% lie. Anne-Marie absolutely tried to say that Crystal said she had an eating disorder. She also said that Sutton had an eating disorder, and she implied that Sutton had an eating disorder. Anne-Marie is quite the liar. She is over here trying to rewrite history. Dorit trying to act as if she was so offended. She was so offended that Crystal made that comment about the girls not being as educated, and she says that she's the only one with a college degree as she's sitting next to this nurse who claims to be a physician. I said, oh gosh, you don't realize that Sutton has a college degree? How many times has Sutton told us about her past and her going to college? I said, you didn't realize that Crystal had a college degree? You are not the only housewife to have a degree on this show. Don't sit there and think because you have a college degree that you're smarter than everybody else. That's not always true. That's all I'm saying. Dorit just thinks she's better than everybody else.
They call Priscilla Presley a child bride. I mean,
okay, I'm an Asian person.
It's the Asian. See, that's what I'm talking about.
As an Asian person, child bride is equivalent to mail order bride. Do you know that?
Now I do, and obviously it was a throwaway comment in my confessional. That was not what I was insinuating. It was off the back of you calling us unintelligent.
But the other part of it, saying you were 12, I always say if I'm saying someone's young, I'll be like, they were like 12. That's like the number of people seem to say.
And you said that I got married at 12. I got married at 24. I had already gone to college, and I've built a company worth over $100 million right now.
Wow.
The coconut water.
Yes.
Amazing.
So for you to say that you were in college and getting all this education, building businesses, while I'm getting married at 12 years old is bullshit. Is
totally
a microaggressive
understand.
comment.
Well, that was not my intention.
Honey, now listen. I think that Crystal got Dorit all the way together. She said, no, ma'am. That was definitely a microaggression. It really was. And even Erica said that's a bit micro. It absolutely was. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows if you say child bride to an Asian woman, you are trying to make it seem like she's some sort of mail order bride. And this is coming from this worldly cultured woman. And I did not appreciate Kyle getting involved. Well, saying 12 is an age reference. You know, people usually say 12. They just do. Stay the hell out of this. And Dorit comparing Crystal getting married at a young age to Priscilla Presley. What the shit? And Garcelle says it right then. She's like, girl, you don't even get it. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what she's talking about. She was literally sitting there wearing ethnic attire as fashion. I'm tired of Dorit. I just think that it is just crazy to me that she is so out of touch. You know what? I think that Dorit should have really just humbled herself a little bit. She sat over there on that couch, holding herself in because they had just sewn her into that damn dress with that little curly Q coming out the front, stuck to her head, pretending to be a victim. And you're not. Those comments you made about Crystal was ridiculous. She didn't even apologize to Crystal. She tried to make it seem like she didn't mean to be offensive. You know, it was just sort of an off-the-cuff moment, but no apology. You know, Crystal and her family, they're over there cashing checks. You're over here being phony and broke and, you know, filing insurance claims. Allegedly. You are totally tone deaf. It's just enough. I'm over Dorit. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.